Okay, hey everyone. So I just want to um, talk to you guys about our presentation. We decided to go with survey and elicitation technique, and I worked with Michelle Markham on this. So let's get into it. So what is a survey? Um, Basically, what a survey is a tool that's used to gather data. We sample from different groups of people. It's just one of many things that tools that can be used to elicit requirements from stakeholders. Surveys can be very useful, and we're going to talk about a few things about surveys. So there are different modes for collecting data through surveys. They're grouped in two different ways. They're interviews and self-administered. The interviews are face-to-face and telephone, which are pretty self-explanatory, right? Either in person or we probably get phone calls all the time. People from different companies trying to get survey information from us, from all different things of services to political candidates. We experience these kinds of surveys if we accept them. There are also self-administered surveys, paper surveys, and electronic. We go through an electronic survey when we use the course evaluations in our courses online. We use a website-based survey program called Qualtrics, and we submit our responses, and the university collects that data, and they get to find out things about the courses, about the professors, and about the material. So we get to experience these surveys quite often. We have pros here for surveys. A lot of surveys, they're considered to be economical, efficient, convenient, anonymous, and quick. And we'll talk about these. So the economical side is, it's really just a set of questions. You spend time on it, and then you send it to people, and you get feedback. It can be, if you're printing out, it could get pricey if you're printing out paper surveys. If you're just sending out emails, that doesn't really necessarily take up that much, that many resources. Face-to-face interviews might take someone's time, but for the most part, these different modes and this elicitation technique of surveys is pretty economical based on comparatively to others. The efficiency, if you could take a short survey, you can ask people 5 questions if you're after something specific. You can ask people 3 questions, and it's just simple just to get to what you need. It's convenient because it's just taking a few minutes of someone's time, and you're getting data that is viable, things that you need to know about. It's anonymous. You don't need to ask people's names. You don't need to get any phone numbers or emails or anything like that. You can be completely anonymous, get people to answer more honestly, even if you maintain anonymity. And then it's quick. Sometimes you just tell people, hey, can I just get a few minutes of your time, a few seconds of your time, just answer these quick questions so I can gather some data. There are cons. The quality of the responses will vary. Some people will take it seriously, others won't. Others just won't care. That's just how the world is, right? Sometimes we're in a rush, or sometimes we realize, oh, it's more than 5 questions. Ugh, I don't have time for this. There are survey question quality parameters. You want to ask a really good question. If you ask too open-ended or it's too broad or vague, then you might not get desired results. So a lot of people in our research, we found that just recommend that you spend a good amount of time on this. Make sure that you word your questions appropriately so that you get kind of a narrower window of what you want to catch. Skewed results. Again, you could get people who just want to mess with you. They're just like, I don't care about what this person's like, why this is important to this person. It's another business, or why do you care? And they'll just give you an answer just because. And then there's other people who want to give an answer because they think that you want something. So that can really just vary your results there. And then you get what you put in. So if you don't create quality questions, then you're not going to get quality answers. So the more time you put in to the survey questions, then you'll get better results. But a lot of times you'll find that the con here is that you have to put a lot of time in to really get a specific output. Recommendations. What we recommend for well, the recommendations that we found on, good things and not so good things. Some really important things are surveys just in general need to be short. Um, that it's something that will encourage interest. And when you don't give many options, just kind of short and sweet and simple, try to limit your open-ended questions, and keep them to the end, so that that's when people expect those. Like, okay, I had my multiple choice, I rated these things, and now there's a couple open-ended questions, like anything else you'd like to add, or maybe you want to ask us about a specific thing. Just limit those. Try to stick to yes and no answers. Also, there's good times and not so good times. The good times you have, you have specifically, just an example, is a large group of stakeholders. You want quick feedback. You don't need, anything lengthy or any opinions or feelings. You just want, really quick answers on, do you like this or not? Do you agree with this or not? Very simple. And it's also a good time to use surveys when you have little or no budget, because you can make something quick, you can get feedback, and you don't have to spend time interviewing with people. You can maybe just have a quick questionnaire, send it in an email. Slack and a bunch of other applications have these features to do it quick. Not so good time is when you have a small sample size. You're not really going to get rich data. You're going to get very, very kind of closed off data. It's just very specific and not broad enough. Also think about the why, the who, the what, the how, and the when. What's your end goal? Why do you need to do this? Who are your stakeholders? Who matters? What are you after? Get right questions. How are you going to do it? Are you going to do interviews? Are you going to do self-contained, self-done? And then when to ask the questions during your process, so that you get good quality. We have real world experiences all the time. There's things like client advisory boards. You get give feedback on software, something that I've experienced personally. I've been on search committees, we're hiring, and we do a lot of different surveys in these to find out the criteria, to vote on things and get people's feedback. People like short surveys, and surveys help workflow. So make sure that you use it to your advantage. Keep things short and help the survey help you. And that's all. Thanks for your time, guys.